Hi, Michael. I think you just start. Yeah, let's start to know the student first.
Oh, sorry, Miss Duck. I just need another minute or two and then I'm ready to go.
Okay, no worry. Yeah,
Thank
for
you.
everyone, can you make sure you change your name? So Lâm Nguyễn Thanh, can you make sure you change the name like everyone else? I'm not sure if you are Lâm or Thanh. So can you change to your English name? Yeah, your first name and then your age in your yep, good. So your name is Lâm, yeah? Excellent. Thank you. All right. Right. Now for the class to be effective, can we make sure that we turn on the camera during the class? You mute, right? So when teacher Michael start talking, then you can turn off. Right. I I'm on the street, so I can't. Yeah. I just all right. Okay. Now, how many of you have studied with teacher Michael before? How many of you have studied with teacher Michael before? Do we have any? Yeah, what did you do? What did you study before? Is it Anna? Yes. So everyone, can you turn on your camera? So let's introduce ourselves. Right, Kevin, you are in Ho Chi Minh City. Sunny, yeah, Lam. Wow, we got how many from Ho Chi Minh City? Wow, most of us are in. So we got Kevin, Sunny, Lam, Anna is four. Uh, Robert and Fred. Wow. And Anne, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. I'm in Ho Chi Minh City now. Ah, right. So we got how many from Hanoi? Raise a hand if you are from Hanoi. So we got Tracy. Tracy from Hanoi. Who else? Uh, who else from Hanoi? And we have from Woman BMT. All right. So teacher Michael is here, right? I
Yes,
hope everyone
hello,
enjoyed the
everybody.
class. Yeah. All right. So I'm traveling now, so I just to say hello to
Look
everyone.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
you look
I
like
hope you
you're on a
enjoy
bus
the
or
class.
something.
Hmm?
Thank you, Miss Dorothy. Miss Duck.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. Okay, hello, everybody. Welcome. So my name is Teacher Michael. I'm going to be helping you out with your creative writing and your storytelling. Sorry, I just need to. Okay. Sorry that I didn't just needed to mirror my thing. It was doing my head in. So yeah, I'm going to be helping you with your imaginative writing and your storytelling. So to get everybody started, I'd like to go through student by student, and we're going to play a game called Two Truths and a Lie. So the way this game works, I'll pick somebody, and when it's your turn, you tell us three things about you. So, of those three things, two of them are true and one of them is a lie. And we have to guess as a class which one of those three things is the lie that you told us. So, this will give us a chance to start using our imaginations a bit to see what we can think up. So, I'll start with Kevin, please.
Yes, teacher.
So, can you please tell us three things about you, make two of them true, and one of them a lie?
One truth, two truth, and one lie. Uh, I don't know.
Come on. There have to be three things you can think of.
Think maybe I don't have no idea about it.
Okay, then. We'll try somebody else. We'll come back to you in a bit, Kevin. Thank you. And tell us two truths and one lie about yourself, and we'll try and guess.
I have 3 eyes. I have 1 mouth and 10 fingers.
Well, that's easy. The lie is you have 3 eyes. I like how you used your imagination there to think up something crazy, though. Good job. Thank you, Anne. Sunny.
I'm 10 years old. I live in Ho Chi Minh City. And my name is Mary.
What do we think, guys? Which one's the lie? I think it's that you live in Ho Chi Minh City. No, it's that your name is Mary. All right, so I'll do the next one. So number one, I've been a dancer for the last 29 years. Number two, I have never broken a bone. And number three, hmm, You're right, guys. This is actually quite hard to think of stuff. All right. I drive a Nissan Skyline. So number one, I've been a dancer for the last 29 years. Number two, I have never broken a bone. And number three, I drive a Nissan Skyline. Which one is a lie?
This is number 3.
Number three, you don't think I drive a Nissan Skyline. Very good. So I have been a dancer for 29 years and I've never broken a bone. But I do not drive a Nissan Skyline. Very well done, Sunny. Well done.
What?
Okay. Next, I'll pick Robert. Do you have two truths and one lie for us?
The truth is I like to learn about new things and I like to read books, but the right thing is I watch too much in YouTube. That's right.
Well, we know which one's the lie because you told us. You're supposed to not point out which one is the truth and which one is the lie and then let us guess. But you told us. Number three.
The number 3 is I don't know anything about this.
Thank you, Robert. All right, we have time for maybe one or two more. So who would like to have a go? Don't tell us which ones are true, which ones are lies. We have to guess. So who would like to have a go at this? Try and trick us. All right, Hanny. Whenever you're ready, tell us two truths and one lie.
The first one is I used to live in Boomtown City. The second one is I have one brother and one sister. The third one is I have been to Malaysia.
Ooh. Who has an idea, guys? Is it number one, number
think it's
two,
number
number
one.
three?
Number one.
Number one
Yeah,
is
number one.
line. Number one line.
The correct answer is number 2.
Ah, one brother and one sister. Well done. You tricked
Oh.
us.
But she is in PMT, not Boomtown. Yes. She write her name is PMT.
Now I live
She
in
said
city, but before I live in Boomtown City.
Oh,
she did say that she was from Wumtao City, so she is correct because she's from there. Doesn't mean she still lives there. Well done, very well done, Hanny. Okay, so we'll move on quickly, and I'll just explain. I'll explain the sorts of things that we're going to be covering in this course. So I've currently got 10 lessons designed, but at the drop of a hat, I can easily make more. This is just going to be like an introduction, have a bit of a fun lesson just to get our imaginations going and practice some storytelling. But each week, we're going to be learning about a new type of story. Let me see here. So next week we'll be looking at, sorry, I should start by saying in storytelling, there are 7 different plots. So every single story that's ever been written, ever been told, will be one of 7 types of stories. So for the first 7 weeks, we're going to be looking at each of those types of stories, each of those plots. We'll be looking at them in a bit of detail, understanding them, and then your assignment will be each week will be to write a story write a story that has the plot of the lesson we've just done. So number 1 next week we'll be covering is called Overcoming the Monster. So that plot is called Overcoming the Monster. The week after that, we'll be looking at the basic plot called Rags to Riches. So how someone starts with nothing and ends up getting everything they've ever wanted. Number 4, that's week 4. So basic plot number 3 we'll be looking at is called The Quest. So that sounds like it's going to be a quest to go and find something. The next plot number 4, is called Voyage and Return. So that's obviously the quest plus coming back. So a lot more adventure to be had there. Plot number 5 is comedy. So we're going to be looking at a bit of comedy, maybe telling a few jokes, writing some funny stories, and learning about how comedy puts itself into storytelling. The week after that, we'll be looking at tragedy. So we'll be looking at sad stories, perhaps stories of heartbreak or stories of loss, who knows? And finally, we'll be looking at the plot called Rebirth. So there's going to be lots of different stories to learn how to write and tell, and then we're going to start looking at some character development. How do we write our characters well? And then we'll be looking at writing the perfect ending for our story. So we've got lots of things to cover, and it's going to be fantastic. So we're going to try and keep this course as as interactive as possible during the lesson, so it's not just me talking at you. I want you guys to be doing things and having a bit of fun. Okay, now okay, sorry about that, guys. So, would you guys like to discuss understanding storytelling, or would you like to do our interactive activity first? We've got an activity and then I need to talk for a bit. What do we want to do first? Put it in the chat. So, activity or talk? All right, we've got 1 vote for activity, 2 for activity. So, all right, I think everyone's going for activity first. Okay, so I don't really have a name for this activity, but yeah, everyone's voted activity. So I don't have a name for this game, but basically, we're all going to write a story. So we're going to do it 1 sentence at a time. So give me just 1 minute to write down the class list so I can establish an order. Okay. Terrific. Now, so I'll write the first sentence, and then I'll go down the list, and each person is going to get to, excuse me, every person's going to get to add a sentence to the story, and we're going to see what sort of craziness we write. So, no, just for this activity, guys, no chats to everyone unless you're writing your sentence for the story, please, because we want to try and keep it as in track as possible. What should this story be about? Okay, once upon a time, there was a little bulldog called Charlie. Now, Anna, can you please add your sentence to the story? Doesn't have to take too long. We're just looking for the next sentence. Let's see what sort of story we can craft. We don't have to. Lamb, which sentence?
Sentence.
Okay. Okay, so one day Charlie was very hungry and he decided to go out finding some food. In fact, I will do that. Chat. Okay, next up we have lamb. Can you write your sentence, please? Okay. Okay, so let's have a look at our story so far. Once upon a time, there was a little bulldog called Charlie. One day, Charlie was very hungry and he decided to go out and find some food. One day, Charlie begged his mother to play a game. Let's see where we go from here. Next is Hanny, please. Can you type your sentence in? Okay. Next person. Guys, stop it. Stop messing up the chat. Next is Sunny, please. What's your sentence, Sunny?
Is one sunny day, a boondog called Charlie, who had to work to protect the house.
Okay. Okay, so just before we go any further, let's just have a look at the where we're gonna start this game again from scratch. But I just want you guys to have a look. So we've got our first sentence. Once upon a time, there was a little bulldog called Charlie. And the next person comes in. One day, Charlie was very hungry and he decided to go out and find some food. Terrific. So we've set up what our character's going to be doing. In the next one day, Charlie begged his mother to play a game. It's automatically without finding out what happens here. Now we're on a different day and Charlie's begging his mom to play a game. but his mother said no and gave him some cookies. Good. So we've got a continuation of this new beginning here. And then one sunny day, a bulldog called Charlie who had to work to protect the house. So we've started a completely new story here. So what we want to try and do this time is we want to it isn't cereal. I know, but we want to try and get it. We want to try and get like a proper story happening here. So we want this to be one continuous story. We'll go through the list again. I'll start. Okay, so let's work on keeping this story rolling together, guys. Our new starting line is one sunny afternoon in London, England, a strange green light appeared in the sky. So, Anna, continue the story, please. In the wrong thing. Okay, so Anna. Ah, terrific. Okay, so then a UFO appeared from the green light. Very good, Anna. Can I have Lamb to add the next sentence, please? So one sunny afternoon in London, England, a strange green light appeared in the sky. Then a UFO appeared from the green light. Where are we going next? Lamb. Okay, so everybody ran for their lives, but the aliens were very friendly. Now, just throwing this out there, if I haven't asked for you to send in a sentence specifically, and you do, I'm not even going to read it. I'm only looking for the sentence from the next person. So after lamb, we have honey, please. So honey, whenever you're ready, let's see your sentence in the chat, please. Guys, stop carrying on. Okay, thank you, Hanny. After that, the aliens jumped out of the UFO and said hello to the humans. Next, can I please have Sunny with a sentence?
Me?
Yep. If your name is Sunny, then yep, you.
Yeah. I was writing, so it's one rainy afternoon. A strange screen light appeared. A big round UFO crowded on the ground. A thin alien walks down his UFO and say hello to everybody. Everyone's so very afraid, so they are
So
running as
you
faster as they
have you
can.
just started writing your own story? Have you just started writing your own story, Sunny?
It's too long.
You're supposed to be adding on to this story, Sunny, not writing your own. I'll come back to you in a little bit. I would like a sentence. So pay attention to the sentences that everyone are putting on the whiteboard and continue that story when I come back to you. Next is Amy, please. So whenever you're ready, Amy, send your next sentence of this story, please. Don't worry, Robert, you're next.
Can you say it again?
Can you please write sorry, your sentence is next after Amy's. Thank you, Amy. So, Robert, whenever you're sorry, let me post this sentence first so you know what to be continuing on from. Okay, Robert, whenever you're ready, we need your sentence, please. Some people were surprised and some were scared.
I don't know how to. I don't know how to write it.
What do you mean you don't know how to write it? So what do you want to happen in this story? Oh yeah, what do you want to happen next? So some people were surprised and some were scared. What happens next? I'll come back to you, Robert. Kevin, you're next. Some people were surprised and some were scared. What's your next sentence, please?
Please, please, please. Please.
Okay. Next is Anne. A-N. Anne, you're next. What's your sentence? The aliens didn't know anything about Earth, so they looked around for some people to help them. What happens next? Okay, so we're going to have to move on now, guys, if we want to get through the rest of the lesson. But let's have a quick look at what we came up with. So thank you to everyone that had the time to put an answer in. Next time next time we play this game, we'll be looking for a bit more quick fire. So just spit those ideas out there. Doesn't matter how crazy they are or what they do to the story. So one sunny afternoon in London, England, a strange green light appeared in the sky. Then a UFO appeared from the green light. Everyone ran for their lives, but the aliens were very friendly. After that, the aliens jumped out of the UFO and said hello to the humans. Some people were surprised and some were scared. The aliens didn't know anything about Earth, so they looked around for some people to help them. When the aliens found the humans, they told them all about their new energy source, lunar energy. So it looks like we were shaping up for some alien salesmen. All right, so that's just a little exercise you're supposed to get us having some quick thoughts, quick ideas. But good try, everybody. Now, what I would like to talk to you about is storytelling. So if we want to be able to tell stories, then we will want to know what storytelling is. So let me get this whiteboard up here. Okay. So you have to forgive me. I'm reading this off a lot of bullet points that I've written. But storytelling is the art of basically telling stories or sharing stories or telling narratives, basically. So storytelling is the art or skill of, you widen that up. So what sorts of things can we use to tell stories? So obviously we can use words. Sunny.
I think of the stories telling is write about or telling about one story that in your imaginations or in the real life.
Very good. So stories can be true, like true stories, or they can be fiction stories. Very good. So we can use pictures to tell stories. So storytelling, as we know, is the art or skill of telling stories to others. Storytellers can use words, pictures, and other mediums. So some can even use music to tell stories. They can use like video, there are all sorts of different things we can use to tell stories. But they can use all of these things to craft narratives that captivate audience or captivate audiences and resonates with them and their own lives. So first of all, captivating, that just means to capture their attention. So once you start telling your story, your audience is not able to leave before they hear the end of it. And a very big way to do that is actually to try and write stories that are relatable to people. And we'll learn how to do this in the coming weeks. So the next question that we want to answer is why is storytelling so important? And actually, I'll throw it out to you guys for this one. Who knows why storytelling is so important? And do you have an answer?
Oh no.
No worries. Sunny, go on. Why is storytelling so important?
Because if you're telling a story, people will know your our lives or like a non-fiction story and fiction story. They wrote all about like animals, real life, so they will got many informations to me to read and find information and learn about that's new
Very
things.
good. So stories can teach us about every aspect or every part of our lives. So let's have a look here. Let's come up with some examples of this. Stories can teach us about every part of our lives. They can teach us about our history or our culture. So a lot of all of the stories that that your grandparents tell you about when they were younger and the things that they've learned, and the things they've done throughout their lives. Those stories can teach you a lot. They can teach us about the history of the countries we come from. They can teach us about our culture. They can teach us about good values and traditions. They can teach us important life lessons as well. And the last question, that very good, Sunny. It can teach us about, I'll add that in. Okay. And the last question that I want to ask and then answer is, why is storytelling so powerful? So when we talk about stories, we're not just talking about story books. Again, we can also be talking about the movies that we go and watch in the cinemas, the songs that we hear on the radio or that we play on Spotify or however we listen to music. It can be the stories in the books that we read. It can be in a TV show, a news report. All sorts of things can tell stories. So why do we think storytelling can be so powerful? And I'm going to write my first answer here, and then I'll come to you for yours, Sunny.
Let's talk now.
Give me 2 moments. So storytelling can be very powerful because it helps us to evoke an emotional response from our audience, or it helps us to, so stories can be a very good way to, make people feel things. There are stories that make you feel happy, make you feel sad, make you feel funny, make you feel angry. There are stories that can make you feel all sorts of different emotions. Sunny, let's come to you now. What's your
In my opinion, stories appeal to our senses and our emotions, not only drawing our attention more easily, but also as leaving an impact on us as an audience. This makes storytelling things more powerful in delivering any message. This is all my theory.
Very good. Thank you, Sunny. So stories can keep us entertained and hold our attention for hours. Very good. So stories can keep our attention for a long time. Very good, Sunny. Does anybody else have an idea? Why can storytelling be so powerful? Stories can help us understand very complicated topics and ideas. So that's another one, because if I was to, for example, let me think of an example. If I was to sit here and try to explain to you about how, let's I'm just going to think of something crazy here. If I was going to sit here and try and explain to you exactly how the fuel in a rocket ship gets from the fuel tank to the engines and then makes an explode and then makes a flame so powerful that it can propel a rocket through space, we all might get a little lost, and I'd probably be the first one to get lost if the truth be told. But if we say wrote a story about, I don't know, let's make the petrol in the rocket ship and the main character of the story. So we could call him Petey Petrol and his journey to the rocket ship engine or something. We could probably simplify that idea quite a bit and make each part of the engine that the fuel has to travel through. We could make that like a cool, fun adventure or part of the journey in the story, and it can actually help to make those topics a lot more understandable. Don't get me to do it now because I don't know how fuel gets from a fuel tank to the rocket. I don't know. Excuse me. And finally, stories can help us share in the beauty of other cultures and countries. Now, I've heard quite a few stories about, now I've got to actually tell you one that I've heard before. I can't think of one. But we usually we hear a lot of stories. Like I've heard stories about the traditional luau's that they have in Hawaii. I've heard stories about uh, this amazing concert that they do in Scotland every year called the Military Tattoo, where they get all of the army bands. It's like a big competition and show. You hear stories from all these things from all over the world, and and when you hear it and understand it like when you get told the story properly, these things that happen in your head with your imagination, you just go, wow, I would love to see that. And yeah, so stories are a very, very powerful, stories are a very, very powerful tool to use if you know how to use them, if you know how to write them. But yeah, don't worry, guys. Like we will have a lot. So we're going to be covering a lot of information, or not a lot of information, but we're going to be covering a lot of topics of storytelling, and hopefully, by learning and understanding these 7 basic plots, learning about characters, it's going to help you write much, much more, much fuller stories. So yeah, I look forward to taking that journey with you and helping you guys improve your story writing skills. So we've been through the course overview. Okay, so just to finish, I'm going to post your homework task in the I think I'm going to have to give it to Miss Duke. Excuse me, so she can post it in your Zalo group, but I'll get the homework to you guys shortly. So thanks very much, guys. It's been a blast tonight. And next week, let me find my notes. Next week, we are going to learn all about the story type called Overcoming the Monster. So, see you guys next week. Have a good night, everybody. Yeah, this is the end of the class now, guys. So I'll post your homework in the group. I'll send your homework to Miss Duke.